head-to-head orbs, I like what we have as well. Peter is showing up today. So yeah, here we go. No waiting around. Mirage to finish off the series to see who is going through to phase 3. Only one spot to be taken from these two teams. And so, well, someone's got to earn it.
High pressure stuff, guys. I'll let you get into it.
Yeah, let's take it away, right? Bad News Bears with a T-side start. I want to see more out of John G, by the way.
Yeah?
No one asked me, but this guy, he said, and I quote, some of these GODSENT fans need to have a reality check.
That's what he said the other
day, right?
Check,
and he talked shit, and you know the old saying, talk shit, get hit. Let's see if he can turn it around, because right now, it might be Bad News Bears who need the reality check in this pistol round.
I like what they did, though. They actually jumped out backwards to make that head hitbox hard to hit, and they all still got, you know, tapped out of the round. It was no problem for those USPs to clean up the pistol. Not what they had in mind, but yeah, you take a flawless pistol round.
Have you ever put out a tweet and then regretted it? Actually, this can be a question to the room. We'll bring Richard in as well.
You know,
Richard doesn't regret things, all right? Once
no, that's
done.
true,
I'm not really
looking
hardwired
back
for regret anymore because it's just like, you know, the singularity, the point of where it all went wrong is so hard to pinpoint now.
It's more of a...
It's over the event, you know, the distance over the horizon, like whatever. I mean, I'd have to regret it all, and I don't. So
No.
I regret nothing.
Yeah. As you should. Oh dear. What a mess.
What a turnaround this round is, though.
Yeah, for sure. Barton got that M4, getting a little bit of help from Dumao. He's going to take on Spongy, and once again, PTR in a good situation. The stars are aligning for him. He's got to come up clutch. And so close. But going to get that kit from Spawn. Pick up the AUG. Defuse will be coming in. Don't panic.
I thought that was like the full PTR redemption arc. Like, you know, couldn't get the 2K on the defuse last time. It was so nearly the lineup. One bullet would have made all the difference. Dumao was 10 HP in that little, you know, what ended up, I guess, as a 1v1. Now look at the camera in the top right. Let's
I see the Matrix
break this
Dumao
down. What's going on there? It looks like a... Is that a modern day Picasso, I think?
With that round, though, bomb plant and just one member alive, you do see another rebuy from Bad News Bears. I like this call. We kind of see Dumao. Yeah, he has an AWP, sure. Talk on an SMG, so it's still a tough buy to be up against. But with these rifles, you can at least allow yourself some long-distance duels. 4 smokes as well.
This is going to be a great game, no matter the result. Although it's looking really good for GODSENT to start, right? Dumao with the AWP early in this match. Taking a pick down B. Velp's got to be careful as that smoke fades. Your scope will elude some of your vision. Might catch a player swinging out from the top boxes instead, but nothing being given to him. And as the smoke reaches its end, he's going to move out of connector. Very well timed. That was a deep flash thrown. And Alta's now owning Con. It's looking like an A split. Swisher going back to ramp, and Spongy's already out. Alta did get that kill after all, and he's trying to keep the pressure on. He spotted 2 players inside of A. Taco, no question about it. They know he's locked up in Palace right now, and they're going to find a headshot as well to deal with him. Flash into Spawn, taking liberties. It's a nice trade, but will it be enough?
Still a smoke, flash, and nade here on that CT side. But I mean, look at the positioning. No movement here from Dumao either, so looking like a save. Barton might try something cheeky here, but Bad News Bears not even peeking. Oh, gee, with Barton doing that, I was gonna say he might go down here. PTR knows or expects where he's at, but won't happen. And yeah, kind of what happened with us too. Short's 2 rounds in, but we look at GODSENT's economy. It is in the gutter, so saving these 2 weapons. It's a double save at least, so should be seeing some pistol buys to account for these.
It's in the gutter, but they're looking up at the stars, Robin. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, well, they're gonna have to with this round if they want to win it.
Oh, Tech9 CT side. Taka, oh, he's bought an MP9 as well.
Yeah, I'm looking at Dumao here. I want to see. Always interested to see what he's going to do. Yeah, there he is.
It's a B hit, though. There's nothing you can do about this one, sadly, unless Taka goes nuclear with the SMG. Like, this is going to be done. He needs 2 kills to even tempt his team in, or at least that orb.
Yeah, it's a hard position to get any kills from. He's just got to play for time.
Oh.
And Junji comes out ahead on that exchange.
Nice trading as well. Barton send it. Did go through the market. And, oh, big kill from Dumao. Now through the smoke. There was a plant. There was a temporary one-on-one there for Phelps, but he couldn't convert. And now Dumao, he's at least positioned to escape if his teammate dies. And that may be not far from reality. Lato, if he checks his right side, he's got a chance. Flash is good from Dumao. Maybe a kill here for Lato.
Nice.
It's dodged, but one more and only damage to Alta. That has baited Dumao in. He's going to give it a go, but will he lose the orb in the process? Nice shot, but nothing else. And that's an orb secured by PTR as well, right? That's always sad. Like, they want to win the round. You can't blame them. And every kill further pushes them, you know, into that retake. But it felt like after Taco died with nothing, 5-on-4 save could have been argued. If it was a different map, definitely.
Yeah, sure, but you end up in a position where even for next round, then you can say, but you're not going to be seeing any buys here from GODSENT this round, since it is a flat-out eco for next. It's one of those, why not go for it? I can see the reasoning behind it.
Get ready.
We got a
Richard.
Zeus.
Yeah.
Zeus on Dumao.
I say get ready. They're doing a smoke, so actually don't get ready.
Yeah, don't get ready. It's another entry.
Right, I see. So me and Hugo play a lot of MM, like just a lot of CS in general. Hugo always buys the Zeus. He's the right
Saw a
troll.
Reddit thread about you the other day, actually.
A good or a bad one?
It said along the lines of, just played a match against cheaters with Hugo and Harry. Them talking was the highlight of it. They kept our spirits up.
Is this a real thing?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
actually. Oh my god.
We play a lot of cheaters.
Yeah,
There are a
it's
lot of cheaters.
basically
You
hit
thought a
Q.
punchline was coming there, didn't you?
No, yeah, I thought it was.
Wow, I just played with this Harry guy and he's so goddamn toxic. I can't believe it. No, that's yeah, you know.
Nowadays, mate, you hit Q in CS, and it's basically, you know, will I be in a silver game or a cheater game or both?
Both, yeah. Often the both options.
You're at that glorious stage in your careers, you see, where you're liked and popular, and you always will be until you go past a certain point of notoriety. Let's say, for example, you casted every event for a year, do a major, and you suddenly become ubiquitous. Then they have to turn on you immediately. You're too popular at that point. You must be destroyed. Yeah.
We should stay a little bit washed then.
Yeah.
Richard. That's what you're
Yeah,
saying.
you have to be the
Not quite
underground
enough.
band.
Pre-wash.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
you have to be the underground band. You can never be the chart topper. No one likes those guys.
Interesting.
No, I mean, I actually completely see where Richard's coming from, and that's why I never work at like my full ability. I always kind of give, 25% thereabouts.
It wouldn't be fair on the others, would it?
Yeah, exactly. That's how you have to think about it. It's like, listen, I'm happy turning up, talking about pufferfish and dolphins.
Yeah. The dream.
Cast game, loser. No, I'm talking about dolphins.
I haven't
Deal with
watched
it.
any CS lately, but I have seen a lot of nature documentaries, so I'm coming on with
Just bring that to the table. Yeah, why not?
As
This
you
is some
guys are
great-
yapping, there is a hit going on.
Whatever.
And that's
now,
another
as the
save from
POV of
GODSENT.
Twitch chat here, just molding at the casters.
I know. Here I am trying to give life lessons to
No, yeah.
two young and upcoming talents about the
Need all the
nature
advice we
of the
can get.
nature of show business. And once again, Robin's coming along, all about the game. Ooh, I want a major. Ooh, ooh, how can I make it about me? Ooh. just fabricating
Listen,
things
I'm
now.
just trying to envision myself as an HLTV poster or something, you know, and I'm just thinking these guys are not even casting the game. I
Not
can't
even
believe
casting the
it.
game.
What kind of unprofessional, hands to the point, right? Right? What kind
It's
of
true.
unprofessional fucks? And then you guys
Yeah.
are saying, yeah, it's on purpose. You know, we're the underground band.
Someone should fire us right now if we want to stay irrelevant enough to succeed in this industry.
Yeah. I've never... Has anyone... I'm trying to think of an event I've worked at been fired on air. I can't think of that.
No, you were
air.
close. That's the only one.
Yeah, that's true, actually. There was that one time, wasn't there? Which we never
listen.
talk about.
No.
time?
Yeah. One time in Bucharest. No, that's another guy. Right. They've just been...
Oh,
Yeah, that was
no
a
one's
classic.
safe.
No one's safe. Right.
Oh, we got this A
Let's
explosion.
move
I like
away
this
from
smoke.
Korean
Yeah.
suicide now and let's get back to the CS.
Yeah. Save it for a couple of rounds at least.
Oh, I like the constant just fighting out of GODSENT, man. Like, you know, all these smokes went over to try and set you up to get into the A site, and tooth and nail you've had to fight to gain even an inch of ground. Now looking to get this bomb down, well, that's going to be tricky. With this CT smoke falling in the fashion it has, Dumau's able to peek over the top of it, and PTR is now throwing into another one of these clutches. He's got himself the AWP. He's not being given any fights. He's trying to look for this trade onto the CT player, but Barton has got the cross. That was a great setup out of the remaining GODSENT players there. And it's done them well, served them well, put another round in their bank account.
Yeah, the comms are always so clean for these guys. Like they're always playing as a unit. Everyone's facing until no one's facing, right? You have Dumau jumping up, you have Lato trapped behind triple, and everyone's trying to offer support. And then as soon as it gets into a favorable scenario, the kills are in your advantage, they just stop peeking. They just stop giving the trades back in, and Bad News Bears have to hunt. And they're dealt with very easily. So, yeah, competitive game. We're getting everyone in this map right now, which is a nice sign.
It's nice to see GODSENT winning that CT round as well, so we didn't run into the Dust 2 potential there. Just CT's not having enough money. This one's important as well. For both sides. Money's running out. And it's a mid-take for Bad News Bears players up in here. We saw some cheeky stuff out of them yesterday as well. John G up in that little sniper nest into B hits.
Oh, I'm loving this. Great stuff from Phelps. Yeah, he had a little look though.
Gives away the B play. He spotted them go up cat as well, so there's no question about it. Martin gets cleared out. Taco, he's been here before for a few majors even, but he's not going to be able to hold on. 2 on 3, Lato and Phelps making it interesting, and the bomb gets dropped as well. It's another round for GODSENT. 4-4. Equal up.
Yeah, and how many stayed alive there? 2 only, right?
Yeah.
Same moment again. John G doesn't clear the corners. Not expecting anyone to be in that connector area.
They strike a balance. They get a bit of investment, but Alter's got in hard. He's not going to be able to buy next. Hero AK on Swisher.
Yeah, pretty low money on Alter. Maybe he should have just bought a Deagle no armor for this time. As we see PTR and John G. But yeah, this is a really hard round to win if you're Bad News Bears. Just really looking to do as much damage as possible. Swisher does just that with the 1 kill. And look at that, he's over in jungle now making some moves. We'll see if he can do something else, but he's making a lot of noise here. Barton's there ready for him. And they're very spread out here, Bad News Bears. As I said, we're looking to do as much damage as possible. It's 2 kills, could have been worse, especially without any kind of game plan. B split kinda, you know.
Here's the big guns, or the bigger guns. We got some Galils, so it's not quite the best rifle round we'll ever see.
Yeah, and no AWP on PTR either. See, it's a smoke for mid. just be the general default they've been doing. Just take over mid here early. See what we could be doing after that. But in the meantime, Lado is pushed up towards this A ramp. Let's have some backup though in Dumao that's going also aggressive with the AWP. That's what I talked about yesterday. We had, I can't remember who it was. We had an AWP down by this ramp area, and as I said, it's not a bad position to be in, especially this setup. It's kind of like a phase setup back in the day that you used to run a lot, where they want to hold off the A ramp. If they come up mid, they will push down here, activate, and just take over some other map control, essentially giving them connector and jungle area. You essentially just sandwich them on the bomb site.
Oh boy, here they come around the corner, and oh, Martin might have to take one for the team. Taco shoots him, but it's mainly Alta who steals that kill away. Both B players fall. Phelps is fast on the rotate, but he fails, and he doesn't want to commit. He wants to wait with his team for the retake, but in doing so, he's caught between decisions. 2 on 3, bomb planted. Not an easy retake, and one that Dumao is not even considering. Lato looking for anyone overfacing, making a mistake, but Bad News Bears will not fall for that. Boosting the site is good, double peek, and Swisher with the trade leaves Dumao to save. He's coming back.
Yeah, I think
not
he's
getting that round.
Looking for an exit here, maybe, take another gun away, but should think better of it. They're going to need that AWP in the next round, GODSENT. Especially in Dumao's hands. And Bad News Bears do indeed tie it up.
Yeah, that's a good round by them as well. Just start off the way that they have been starting off, just taking over mid. They kind of get a good timing here once they decide to peek towards that B side area. Taco could have as well shot Barton's head off. But with that saved AWP, we buy on this at least if we got sent. 3 rifles, just Barton with the Deagle. See Bad News Bears a bit of a change, take over mid fast this time around. We see Johnny doing exactly the same thing as previously. This time around though, he does spot Phelps.
Oh, okay, from Barton, that's a bit rancid, a bit rotten. And he's got some more where that came from. Alta getting tagged, Attacker runs the molly, worth it. 4 on 2. They're in B at least. That's something here for the Bad News Bears squad, but Taco's giving it up, so he's ready for them to already be deep. A lot of damage, but can't convert. 5 health for Swisher. This can still get out of control. He's even put down to 1 HP. One's in the chat, and bomb planted. Here come the retake.
Yeah, this when you curse the Famas out. Had I had an M4, he would have been dead. That's the second to last flash from Bad News Bears. It's really all on PTR at this point. Has to stay aggressive, has to go for some peaks, trying to go for some kills. That's the first. Oh, here we go. It's a nice little crossfire setup here too.
Oh, he's got it. There's time.
There is time, I think. Down to the wire, but he is going to cut that wire.
Wow.
Great clutch from Dumao, popping off at the right time for GODSENT.
Yes,
unreal, man.
Cam's still not working.
He was like wall banging stuff that doesn't even exist. He just wrecks the guy at bench without even seeing him. He tries to wall bang through like the default wall. I don't even know if that's possible. I don't think so. But then just swings him with the P250. Dumao has definitely been like one of the very exciting prospects and focal point of this this GODSENT squad, right? It was really in that game the other day where we see him popping off, looking sick, that we got that first taste of what his AWP looks like when it's firing on all cylinders. And much to my delight, it feels like we've seen that be a more consistent showing out of him, right? Dumao always impressing us, wins this little 1v2 to take the lead for GODSENT, and now he set his team up really quite nicely here on this third map. You get the bomb down there, you're going to be reinvesting, but look at what you put around, you know, a handful of AKs, some Galils. It's not a very pretty buy, to say the least. So GODSENT, you know, it was pretty expensive for them too, actually.
Not exactly
Hindsight.
Christmas Day for GODSENT either,
No.
but yeah, I'm with you. I think this is probably see some aggression. I think if you want to get the best out of those SMGs, you might want to try and do a push here, but get in their face. Now is going to open things up on the PTR. Their personal duel resumes. But Spongy running and gunning.
Oh! What? The jump up on the bench didn't feel worth it, did it? Swisher punishes that play through the smoke. Phelps almost stopped the bomb from getting planted. 2 HP for Spongy. And Barton's still trapped in top mid. This is not how they wanted the round to go. The player coming in on the lurk can't actually stop the defuse, so Tango can get these kills maybe, but not today. Alta clears him out, and no saving in spawn for Barton either. Lato hanging around, and well, gonna be dropped as well. 6-6. Good rounds out of BNB. Waking up a little bit in this T side as well. They lost the Force by Wars, keep that in mind. So GODSENT always had the money going in their favor from the start of the half. But now we're nearing the end, and it's anyone's guess as to who is going to take the win.
Yeah, Richard said it. Looking for the third map to be more competitive. The 16-8 doesn't tell quite the story about this series.
Definitely
we did have
not.
Inferno in overtime. Oh, okay. I feel like Mirage is just Phelps' playground in general.
I feel like PTR must be absolutely fuming this game. He's had so many outrageous moments where he just gets caught wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, like that previous round, like 4 dudes run out ramp, he's like the third guy, he dies. It's always the way. If you're like third out, you're dead first. It doesn't make sense. And neither does this round. This isn't a force. These are Deagles, guys. And they've got 2 kills with no trades. Creeping into B. Lots of opportunity for Barton to hit some headshots, and so he does.
No.
Tumbling down.
Oh
Another for
my
Barton.
god.
Close
Oh! Beautiful scenes. Barton.
Oh,
The
he's moved a little
beginning,
bit.
middle, and end of that round for the opposition, and it's put GODSENT back in with a chance to close out this first half to their advantage. And, you know, we've already seen how close these maps can be. You know, a few little rounds here and there, squeaking past the keeper, as it were, can matter. All the, you know, for all the marbles as you approach kind of the latter stages of this game. Think about Inferno. Think about Dust. How, like, you know, 1 or 2 rounds going a different way maybe could have made a big difference. Well, that there could have been one of the Phelps waiting by connector as a teammate with him. And there are players from Bad News Bears skirting around the other side.
If they lose this, they have nothing in the last round of the half, so it's the consequence of that eco getting won by GODSENT. Could mean a 9-6. That being said, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Still got some rifles here. A split, they're waiting for the con smoke, and Alta, he is patient. He finally gets that headshot into Phelps. Barton tucked. He could let them all up here in con, but he doesn't want to commit.
Phelps has been very active in this connector area, but I feel like Bad News Bears is starting to figure him out. Twice in a row now, Phelps has gone down. Nothing to show for it either. PTR with that scout on now on that A-bomb side too.
Oh, the Deagles, they send a letter back. And 2 kills from Spongy out Palace might be the round. Taco's got a 1-on-3 to find. Bomb is open for mid and 2 players playing for it, plus PTR getting aggressive with the orb. This might just be the be-all and end-all, and it is 7-all as Bad News Bears recover with a force buy win of their own. And so now it's GODSENT who are worse for wear. This seesaw of economy right now has been back and forth all game.
Yeah, a lot of back and forths. Heading into the last round as well of the half. We see Phelps with M4 half armor, no nades. Very scrappy buy here. Another fast mid take from Bad News Bears as well. We've seen this actively before. GODSENT's trying something new this time around though.
goes back in, but another molly. They knew there were 2 players there. World's your oyster at this point. Taco's pushed A. They're holding. How long for? Oh, Spongy. He's got the drop.
Yeah, this is rat-tastic out of Spongy. Right, no one's ready for that. No one's thinking, oh, he's holding me from top mid, tucked into the back corner, off the backboard, through the net, flawless, right? But he was. Lato, now with his deagle, dead in the window. It's left on to just Dumao, and as good as this guy's been, something tells me a 1v4 is asking a little too much, but let's see. And now dinked. It should just be a formality here. Bad News Bears looking to go on and win out this half. After all, 8-7, neck and neck. And really not a clear winner in sight yet. This series delivering, taking us 3 maps, taking us the distance, and now being neck and neck moving into the second half. Find out who will be progressing onto that next phase and who has their journey put to end right now after a break.
So this is it, the deciding half. Are GODSENT going to be home sent, or are things going to look grisly for Bad News Bears? We're about to find out.
Great recovery from the Bad News Bears boys in the first half, right? They had some ecos dropped, and you know, it felt like GODSENT were about to run away with things, but they win the half out, really when it matters most. Very good, you know, win-loss ratio on this map as well, looking to keep that up. Alter spotting the underplay. Dumao out top mid. GODSENT running wild from below. Lots of CTs here to meet them in the middle. PTR with the first blood, and everyone's crunching mid. Forget flashes, it's all about the fights, and everyone is dead for GODSENT, but Taco up in the apps. He's had a bit of a slower game here after a banging map in the previous on Dust 2. And right now it's looking like Bad News Bears are going to run away with the start.
Yeah, good pistol from Bad News Bears. GODSENT going with 5 sets of armors. Supposed to be an A split. Would have quite liked it, but yeah, to your point, maybe the guy up in top mid could have been useful if he had himself some nades. Normally an old school one is that you smoke connect, you run through it with an expo flash from the guy up top mid. But it's an aim game, and Bad News Bears wins the pistol. And now they're up in mid. Spots nobody. The timing here from GODSENT could be really bad here if you're Bad News Bears. They're hitting the bomb site right now.
Oh my goodness. Barton will spearhead the approach. Gives you a nice bit of room. Jonji has aggressed down through the short side. He's got teammates backing him up. There's the first for Jonji. And that's the end of the road for Jonji, apparently. Hoping he was going to get a bit more done there. This could still get out of hand. Spongy is very, very selflessly kind of removed any chance for GODSENT in that round there. Just charges them down with the MP9. And so Bad News Bears managed to get back on top of things, but with a bomb plant, with 2 players surviving, and money to invest on some of these GODSENT players, I wonder if this could build up into a force buy. There's certainly a case to be made for it.
What's your guess?
Yeah.
You will get it. It is a force buy coming in. Makes total sense, right? As you pointed out, 2 guys alive, bomb plant down. And on the second one, you get some more money loss bonus, right? For losing 2 rounds in a row. So another good buy here coming in from GODSENT. 5 rifles. Some utility. Looking like a pretty quick A hit. To import it now for GODSENT, you have to get the bomb down or get CT control pretty fast here. You have no nades kind of to follow this up with. So you are a little bit on the clock here for this execute.
I thought they were ready to give it up. Bad News Bears had no one here. I thought there was going to be a retake round, but instead they pushed 2 players through the jungle smoke, both of which get killed with nothing, and now they're down a man. They could have lent into the retake setup. Instead, they've dug themselves a hole, and they can't stop the plant. They kill Taco after the fact, but Spongy's dropped through the smoke as well, so it still keeps it up by GODSENT's favor. Jonji moving in. It's a player at the back of the site. No one else is committed inside of A. Dumao, they're not going to be ready for this. Jonji looks to jump up, and the flick isn't there. Nice clear for Jonji. Can they get on the bomb? Both have kits and a smoke available. They're going to drop it on. Phelps has to go wide from his position. Barty just trying to sneak out, and he's dead as well. Phelps has good cover, and there's a stick on the bomb. He needs both kills right here, right now. No time. It's Jonji with the defuse. And Bad News Bears win the retake in what was a 3v5.
Yeah, and it was weird to your point, right, Hugo? It was expected to be a retake, but then they start fighting in between it instead, and it is a little bit unsynced because Jungle goes out before CT. They're obviously smoked off. Ends it in a 2-on-3 situation with bomb plant down. Good retake at that.
And again,
yeah,
the sigh before you say good retake, Robin. That's you going back to, you don't want to point out the mistakes, but my God. I don't know how that goes.
Yeah,
that way.
It's impressive to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. They made the best of a bad situation.
Absolutely, yeah. And at least if GODSENT another close round with another bomb plant, and they know that Bad News Bears are so close of being broken here. All they need is the one round to put them back into this game.
For sure.
It's always scary though, right? Being in that mindset where you're so close that you're so close to breaking your opponent's money, you can always justify a force buy. You know, we've seen that be the undoing of teams. You're hoping that you get this one round that gives you a berth of, like, you know, 4 rounds on the back of it.
You saw him.
Jonji's seen, yeah, Barton getting across, but that doesn't keep PTR alive. Jonji will nail the shot onto Dumao, and he's got support from ramp should he need it. Right now, there's only one man in B. And actually, is he creeping through lower? It looks like he is, yeah. Swisher pushed the apartments. This is a little bit awkward with Phelps up on the short side and Taco springing out for another in the meantime. Yet still, Alter has been able to reclaim one of these A kills. He does find himself all alone. And GODSENT have got an empty B bomb site and they know it. Yeah. So, rough spot for Alter to be in. But with Phelps decided to hang around, you know, while this isn't something that Alter should be ready for, and he might just die, it has now given the 1v1 over, and that was the worst possible outcome. Alter, fast on this retake, doesn't want to miss this opportunity. He's been given a chance at the bench, the last man, and missed timing on the swing. Barton corrects it the second time around. And so just about, by the skin of their teeth, GODSENT get an 8th.
I mean, they're almost giving them this round, right? Even for Barton in that one-on-one, the bomb is down. You don't have to throw that smoke, right? They have no idea where you are. But as soon as you throw it for Alter, you know you have to be on that left-hand side by the bomb site. So much less area for him to clear. It makes it winnable. Sure, they don't win it, but absolutely, yeah, that was a close one. But as we talked about for GODSENT, keep on buying. They don't have a lot of utility. But it nets them around like this, where it puts Bad News Bears on a very poor spot. They're forced on a buy. It's pistols and 1 scout. After this one, it's a double save, right? So,
and, you know, he may only have 6 kills, but Taco is the hero of that round. And that's because, you know, BNB was set up really well for what was a con A split with one guy who was Taco and Palace, a double ramp setup for BNB, plus the AWP on triple. Taco not only kills Jonji's cover in that Tetris player, but then he swings out and drops the AWP as well. Like, those are 2 massive kills from a lurker, while his entire team is sat con side, setting up to split A. So Taco really, you know, rifled through that 2 or 3 man hold. He killed 2 of them up on the close ramp position. So now we go a B split. There's 3 CTs here. It's a bit of a force for them though. We've seen the Deagles do work for everyone in this series. Will it be any better for Bad News Bears?
Well, they are low, Jonji.
Oh,
that's nice. That's nice. Jonji tears the round away up on top of the apartments. He just reigns in death with the Deagle. And you know, they're kind of discounting him on the short side. They're focusing on dealing with the bench player. That only gives Jonji more room to cause chaos. Oh, quite a way to snatch a force buy round past them. This is huge. Just a beautiful sequence in terms of, you know, what fights Jonji takes, when and where. Only ever being open to 1 out of the 2 short players at a time. And now the money's broken again for GODSENT. It might just be a fast B play.
Yeah, that's worst case scenario for GODSENT, right? Losing to pistols the second they break the money. It's kept Bad News Bears up, it's kept them in control, and GODSENT are going to try and rush B. Taco trying to go through the smoke. Jonji's going to deal with him, he jumps up as well. Lato, oh, what a shot! But it might not matter, the bomb's been dropped by Swisher and Spongy, who have both found a frag apiece. Dumal with a Glock, dead to the nade, and 13-8. Man, it's going to be a real shame if we don't see GODSENT in that next stage as well. I feel like they are on the cusp of something great. But right now, right in front, right ahead is Bad News Bears. And you can't take it away from them. Great resilience from a team we've known have fallen apart in games gone by as well. So with Dust not being in their pocket, this is a very nice recovery from them. So 13-8, another buy for GODSENT. I feel like we just haven't had a T-side AWP, right? Dumal's never had that available because of these force buys.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to point out as well, one of the better CT sides so far from Bad News Bears coming in.
Yeah.
And it's saying a lot. They only have 5 rounds, but they've looked very solid so far. Bit of a mid setup here also. Jonji pushing the catwalk area. We have 1 in window and 2 near this connector. Quiet, waiting for these smokes to fade. Faust and PTR should be spotting each other here.
Oh, it was about time someone saw someone. Those smokes fading. Jonji up above, dealing with a window jump, has kept this round up in the air. Spongy spotted on A, and he had to take that kill while he had it, because Taco's there for the trade out Palace. Jonji full send down mid, and he gets denied as well. Jonji, quite the outrageous play from time to time from this guy.
Yeah, that's what you expect from Jonji, though, right? I think he really is someone who represents the more chaotic energy of his old Chaos squad, right? Sure. Marky was always like a pretty... Out of everyone in that team, he was someone who kind of played like, some more meta Counter-Strike, I think it's fair to say. Jonji was always someone who really pushed the boat out in terms of, well, what should be done, and then here's what I do.
It's crazy how there's just no clear winner in sight, right? The money is still just constantly battered for both teams, so a couple of rounds in a row will make all the difference at this point in the game. It's an eco here for BNB. BTR can't flick in time, and a resmoke at the window keeps mid control for GODSENT.
It's not worst case, at least for Bad News Bears. Yeah, it's 1 eco, but it's not a double one. They're gonna have a pretty strong buy next round here. These Deagles can still do some damage, sure, but in a 3-on-5, very spread out. GODSENT looking to make the right call here as well, heading over to that A bomb site.
Oh, smoke block. Oh, smoke! Ah, smoked by Martin. And it should be a GODSENT round. Through and through. 10 on the board. 5 alive while they do it as well. That's going to feel great if they can keep that up for the money. Bomb has been planted. Getting an AK out of here will be lush for Spongy. Nice shot, but
yeah, I mean, they're broke, so they don't really want to chase her either. He only has the Deagles, so there's... Outside of just making sure he does... Oh my god! I was going to say, outside of him just not getting the weapon, that's all they want to accomplish. Yeah, there's some smiles there. Taco's just like, what the F, man?
Yeah.
NS in chat.
You don't want to peel Taco's cap back. He gets sensitive about that. So watch out this round, Spongy.
We do see, though, Shugo, you pointed it out with the Duman not having an AWP, but he doesn't buy one.
Ooh. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of fast rounds.
Yep. Could have dropped his AK there and given it to someone. Given himself an AWP, but even knowing that PTR is going to have an AWP here, he opts not to.
Well, it's anyone's game right now. Bad News Bears may have the lead, but as we've learned from series gone by, especially their series, Lead doesn't mean much. Mid conceded again. PTR giving away his AWP. He's fired a couple of pot shots through the connector smoke, so they know what's waiting for them on A. That can be a mind game in and of itself, right? Has the AWP rotated? Is it still there? These are questions that GODSENT have, and no answers just yet with the resmoke landing. This is A through and through, with Taco up on the ramp into this double setup. His lurk again that won them that round that ended on B with Barton's one-on-one. Can Taco find the timing this time around as well as his team set up for the mid play? They're up connector, smoke's faded, Barton with another, and now Taco can activate if he wants, but there's really not much left in terms of A defense. Only Spongy here, and GODSENT are in no hurry as well. They're waiting for kills to come to them, but eventually with 30 seconds on the clock, they've got to go.
Oh, the swing, well timed, but Spongy. Oh, lots of damage onto Lato, but it's just one out of those 2 kills. Maybe if a double presents itself there, right, we see this round looking a little more scary. Instead, it will just be a save here for the 2 remaining players, and that's if Phelps lets them get away with it. I love this late lurk. He was hunting before the bomb was even planted, just with the goal of taking players away, and he could get the knife here. He's hit the timing, PTR, shot in the back of the head. And now the most valuable gun, the gun you were really hoping stayed alive, has been cut loose. GODSENT up onto 11, breaking the money of Bad News Bears, and maybe there's still some fight in the Brazilians yet. Oh, the AWP.
Yoink.
Nice.
Yeah, that's big for Jonji. That's, well, the only option, or the only way they would have gotten AWP here, so don't know if they'll be buying round it, but at least arming PTR in this round.
Haven't seen that many timeouts so far this half.
No.
See what we see here with PTR's AWP if we're gonna try and do something with it, but it's only really Jonji that's helping him out. Maybe in a round like this when you only have an AWP, you could do a mid-take, for example. And the USPs go up. Yeah, there was a bit of a one-way there, but I think Lato just was shooting blindly. And for both of these 2 squads, they haven't really been fighting for mid, so even for Bad News Bears on their T side, we're given mid pretty freely at times. Same thing can be said for GODSENT.
Oh, Swisher reloading a ladder, so they know he's just here. They're on the fence as well outside of short. Setting up towards connector again with Tackle on this ramp lock. It wasn't seen last time he did this either, so bit of a surprise maybe for Spongy, who will have to find out the hard way. Swisher with a D to start, and oh, that could have been a 5-on-3 immediately. Instead, it's GODSENT in control. Jonji's got the rifle. He's locking them in, but he's locked out by the smoke. Has to walk through. Nothing else to do in this position as his teammates fall like flies. Jonji can't even get the kill. Does finally get it, but he's a dead man to Dumao. 12 rounds for GODSENT. They deal with the eco, but this is it. Do or die. We're reaching the last few rounds of this map, or at least a regulation, to find out who is going through to that next phase. Only 1 spot.
Yeah, and just compare the money, right? Bad News Bears, sure, they're 1 round ahead, but they're in trouble. For GODSENT can still at least rebuy here if they lose the round.
The money is going to be a factor once again. That CT economy, it's brutal on that side.
Jonji's AWPing over PTR, interestingly enough. They are near each other. They could trade out, but actually I say that PTR's lower. He's under pars, and he's got an opening kill. No way he's getting out of here alive. They need to do everything they can in their power to stop him. He's staying on the smoke. Barton hasn't spammed it. He's walking up, and now they crunch mid. They don't get PTR out. They help him out by fighting and forcing every Brazilian player out of this position. Barton's dead in the smoke, and somehow BNB have just slaughtered this mid take. They figured out the solution, right? GODSENT have been going and getting mid for free in all of these T rounds. Finally, there's their comeuppance. 2 on 5. Anything you can do here is welcome.
Got to feel a bit sorry for Barton in that situation, I'll say it. I mean, he's made the right play for me. He's played greedy. He knows PTR's there. He could get the kill, but if he does that, he reveals his position, right? And then he gets traded out almost immediately. But there was a chance if he pushed through that smoke and no one knows he's there, he could get 2, 3. And PTR just anticipated it.
Yeah, what a ballsy play to drop under in this round, but it's worked out. It's not done yet. That will help. Lato 10 health.
Well, he's going to get
allowed.
the plant here. Yeah, for sure. And now
They've got a nade.
Spongy and Swisher. Yep, there it is. Death from above. And 14-12 will be the score.
Even with it reaching 14-12, I don't feel comfortable, you know, like wanting to to start to get behind Bad News Bears just yet. I mean, GODSENT have been putting up a hell of a fight, and even that round there, like from the rather sour note at the beginning, you know, being in the 3-on-5, you had Taco aggressing down short, is able to close that distance very, very quickly, right? It's a shame that, you know, he dies shortly after this little heroic attempt at saving the day. But it just goes to show you that anyone can step up and, like, you know, give over the results when asked, when it's demanded of them on the GODSENT side. And once again, you know, like, even though you're winning rounds, you're still only keeping a small number of players alive on the Bad News Bears side. So it's not like they're, you know, set up financially for this this match to conclude. If they lose this round, like, they're eco. And at that point, GODSENT could be eyeing up a 14-14, so this really is GODSENT's best chance to get back into this, right as the doors are closing.
And there's no info. They can get up Cat right now. PTR is still helping his team out with smokes on A instead of AWP in con, so they can just walk up into this B setup. It's a nice base. Swisher's jumping. Jonji gets aggressive with a flashbang, but it doesn't work wonders. They weren't pushed in deep yet. They're waiting for the Cat play, and there it is. Dumao decking Swisher has left B empty of CT players, and Phelps is already hunting kills. He's already killing rotates. No save today. Phelps has got a double. It's PTR's AWP. And that will be the only weapons seemingly getting out of this one alive. They're not even planting the bomb.
They're delaying the bomb plant to hunt down the AWP. That is huge.
They want to take it all, Harry, and they know where he is now, so they can go get him if they want.
He's
trapped. Might think better of it. Yeah, I think they're just going to lock the doors.
Oh, I love this. No one's even playing the bomb, but they know he's in Palace, so there's nowhere to go.
Here it is.
As long as Dumao stays alive.
Time push coming in, though, so Dumao gets traded out. Maybe a miscommunication, because I thought Lato could have gone. Maybe
this
a little
is
bit
very costly. I get it why, but PTR's in a position to get all of them here. Oh, with that, though, that's nicely done by Taco. But I get it. I mean,
they could have done that safer, yeah.
Yeah, they could have definitely done it safer, but I get it. They're Bad News Bears now, yeah, 14-13, saving that AWP should give them this round. Maybe not for free, but close to it.
I just love this from Phelps. As soon as they took the bomb site, Phelps was so aggressively looking on the other one. He ran straight there. He said, look, and to get those 2 kills, absolutely huge. No chance of a safe Bad News Bears. And here they are, buying up Deagles and aggressing into Palace.
It was read by Taco, though. He was just holding off on the bench, so 3 kills for him. And he's been really, really good on these A-lugs. Again, like, you know, he's come up into his own. He had 2 kills after the first half or something of the sort. Maybe 4. But yeah, what a recovery. Lurks out ramp, lurks into Palace. Obviously, just eco kills there, but their confidence boosting. And it's one step further. This is it, 29 and 30 rounds. And maybe even more when we get there. We'll have to find out. Double AWP is in. PTR joined by Jonji, who has had some shots as well. Anyone's game.
Yeah, and with GODSENT not running any AWPs, they could be hit for it with a curveball. Lato just gets legged and then nades. Oh, the timing on GODSENT's side. still dangerous territory though with these two AWPs. Expecting, yeah, this is a good play here from Bad News Bears.
Oh, Swisher is getting aggressive in the apartments. You know, when you're down a man, you're often feeling pressure to reclaim ground, to get something for it. But on the back of that push, things have gone from bad to worse here for the Bears. PTR set up towards the apartments. He's going to have a lot on his plate. Right, with mid-control still hanging in the balance, this bomb is actually looking like it wants to head down through lower and meet up at the A-bomb site, but in doing so, they've run right into Spongy. They've gone away from the solo B-hole into a double stack at the A-bomb site, and are now left rotating back again around the world, and now in towards the B site. PTR kicking himself, he misses the timing. But he does at least hear the footsteps, so he's called for the rotation. And Dumao actually dropped the bomb back in apps, so now it's got to get across. It does manage to leak by Jonji. Tagged by PTR on the lower wrap, and this whole round is now very uncertain. Time is the problem, time is the enemy, and they've lost the bomb.
Why did he stay in apps? I don't get it. He got legged on the flank. He could have just dropped in and gone to help his teammate, right? It makes sense why Dumao drops the bomb. He doesn't want to, you know, if PTR over-rotated him and got there in time, Dumao could throw the round by losing the bomb. So it makes sense. But his teammate needs to run in. His teammate needs to jump out. Dumao has all that space in B. He's taken bench. He's pushed the site.
Yeah, but
they need the bomb.
Problem is, right, with so little time, you've just, you know, you're worried about short. You just don't know where the second player is. They didn't know he was market, and so I think they were worried about a short cross.
I thought they saw him on
they saw him when they jumped. Yeah, they had. Yeah, they had.
Oh, well, then in that case, it really doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't know if he got stuck, but he got legged, and that should be the signal to run. Oh, the flick. PTR hit that if you missed it. Phelps, mid-air, in a run boost, legged. And GODSENT, I think they've just lost their opportunity. That was a 5-on-3 round.
Yeah.
Credit to Spongy doubling up in con. And I don't know how on earth they lost that one.
What a crazy round it would be if that is going to be the way it is ultimately decided. They need to put it out of their mind in this round, but they're already at a disadvantage. Phelps tagged as he tried to cross in mid. PTR with the flick. I'm sure that low HP is going to come into play.
Oh, apparently not. He doesn't
Apparently
care.
not. Well, yeah, he went back to the op. He said, listen. Brothers of battle. And yet now we're going to see how this crossfire pans out. Spongy's going to get the first ult. He's going to trade out immediately and then get traded out by Phelps. Still alive somehow on that 16 HP. Phelps, sorry. Phelps helps. Help GODSENT. Can they bring this over the line to take this to overtime?
Help! Swish is pushing round.
Swisher,
This is it.
yeah.
This is it. The game in the palm of his hand.
Okay, it is all the pressure on this ramp flank. There's the first, peeling some attention away. Now Jonji with the impossible task of getting through Murder Hole. No scopes. Phelps out of play and leaves it all on Taco. The brains behind the operation at GODSENT has now got to be the Brawn. Down here in Con, takes the head off of Jonji. They've got to get on this bomb, and it's planted for Connector. Taco with this spray could win the game, and getting in overtime at least. 15-15, we run it back again. Taco with the clutch has kept the dream alive for GODSENT.
Yeah, just when you think they've done enough, but I'll tell you, only getting the tag there in mid, it gave Bad News Bears the early advantage, but it wasn't enough. Phelps did incredibly well to continue to be productive in that round. With low HP, eventually had to bring out the best of Jonji, and then we get into this situation. As soon as Taco wins that first 1v1, you always back him here. He's a wily old competitor. He knows everything about smoke lineups. And lo and behold, Taco, Vaco, rolling back the years to take us to overtime.
And I love the patient tapping as well. So many players would panic spray that
Yeah.
smoke. Taco's conserving ammo. He's not letting the RNG, the spray, bite him back. He's just taking nice, slow, smooth shots to guarantee the
about
round.
it, Hugo, as well. Right? Your adrenaline spiking. You've got to win the round. Everyone's watching you. It's a 1v1 clutch. That's the situation where experience comes in.
Absolutely. Wow, this game just keeps going and it keeps giving, so stick around. Overtime has begun, and PTR, what got us here, the underdrop, he's done it with an orb. It's audacious at best, and it's throwing at worst. We'll see what happens. He's going to get out of there alive, looks like it. Flashes to middle, smoke as well, but above the boxes is a player. He drop off in time to not see PTR, and he doesn't know it, but he could run out right now. Oh, the spam from lower. PTR dodges it, and there he is, safe at home once again.
The back of these mistakes again. Bad News Bears trying to fight for it. They don't win that fight though, and same thing there. It was very costly to try and fight for it at the same time. No nades left really on Bad News Bears side. One flashbang, one molly on Swisher. We compare that to GODSENT. These speed takes they've been using, they haven't really been throwing that much utility anyway, but if they wanted to, they have plenty to spare.
Oh, John G. He's holding on. He's killed the cat player, helped out from the A site as PTR picked one on the cross. And now John G's repositioned. The bomb's open. I don't know if there's time. They've got to go so quick, even with this flank. Dumao needs to activate now, and he has. Swisher, though, the fly in the ointment. They don't check for him. They're still thinking about the bomb. Swisher's dead, but can Spongy stay alive? He's far away. He's still holding on to that package.
Oh, this is so
No,
weird.
they don't have time. Yeah.
He's got it.
That's it. Get up, bro.
Woo. What a round for Spongy. PTR dropped the bomb in the first place. He was the guy, I think, who got that pick over from that cross. He died eventually, got traded by Lato, but Spongy grabs the orb, and boy, does he put it to good use.
Yeah, we haven't talked a lot about Spongy, you know, over the course of this tournament, but, you know, again, a slightly newer player, not a name people will have heard of, but he's had so many impactful rounds for Bad News Bears, not just about frags. Important moments coming up clutch when it's needed. And that's going to give a perhaps temporary advantage to Bad News Bears here.
Back to the A smokes. It's been some time.
Yeah, but look at this setup though. We'll see what they decide on, but they don't have to necessarily do a retake setup here for Bad News Bears. They're all essentially here. 3 members.
Oh.
Even John G's coming up here now to support him. And GODSENT not even hitting the bomb side just yet. Already lost 2 members. It's not over yet.
The anticipation spray was there for Lato. If he kept it going, he might have had a second kill. But yeah, even with the set molly out Palace, clearing Spongy out dark, he gets a double from default. And man, Bad News Bears squeaking ahead in OT.
I think the success here for GODSENT would love to see one more of these B splits that they've done. Take over a bit like you've done, make it look like a default. But end on the timing. Essentially the one they lost with the bomb, unfortunately, but Bad News Bears, last round of this first overtime, they decided to go up in mid. I love this. Change the pace.
Oh, Alta's still here though. They're going to run boost across. Oh, they miss it. The flash is still in though. Alta sees the cross and he's going to try and get out. That's a safe escape for BNB, not getting punished for the mid play. Oh, I take that back. PTR trying to drop the cat smoke. Gets domed by Dumao. GODSENT with that mid control. Still with Taco lurking ramp side, and so it's surely going to end A.
Yeah, Alta makes the right call to back up out of Con. He does have Swisher and Window playing on top of the cinder blocks for a bit of an off angle, but yeah, they're already up in connector. He gets spammed out of the round. And so Spongie's had to take a very passive lie back into CT. We need to have a hero emerge here for Bad News Bears, or else GODSENT are going to walk all over them. Spongie spam, he does still get the kill, and Jonji no scopes Lato through the smoke. A 1v2 for Jonji, a rough spot to be in. No one's envying this position. One man trapped in the site who just refuses to give him a fight, and another tucked in at stairs, so Jonji's got to go hunting. He's got to flush them out. The M4 traded into his hands, and now pincer between them. Taco and co lock in 16 at least. One in their first half of overtime.
Yeah, they needed that for sure.
Definitely.
Bad News Bears T sides have been good here, so.
Yeah, they had to get one, I think.
Yeah.
And then, tall order.
What feels like forever since we saw this side. We're back at it. Should note that Phelps was very active in that connector area in regular time. Got caught off guard a few times at the end there.
Yeah, it was an 8-7 regulation half on this side for Bad News Bears. So
Double up
winning
setup.
2 out of 3. Yeah, it can be
too.
expensive. 10k MR3. So can't double up every round, that's to say for sure. Not unless you're winning them. And that's what GODSENT have in their plan, but is it going to go that way? 2 players at B and a bit of an execute. We got the fake out on the A site. Taco spots the B play, backing up. Martin dropping the molly has really stopped this one in its tracks. And so whatever BNB had planned, they've got to go back and refigure. Still with Jonji at ramp as well. He's gone back from the palace, and his team is still grouped at B, but Spongie's checking the flank with the bomb, scared that GODSENT might have pushed up and stacked in that B bomb site. They might even full rotate. That looks like the call. So Jonji can't afford to die in the meantime.
Falling back here though, Alter. No nades on him, so might just be for the lurk. But I say that, there's no smokes left on Bad News Bears side, so we're looking to hit their shots, and 3 members here from GODSENT.
Oh,
Yeah, beautiful little flash combo for the close ramp player. However, Alter was able to slip by up Con, and he continues this tear to open up the ace side. A missed shot from Dumao, and Alter brings it all onto just one player for GODSENT. 1 kill away from reaching map and series point, and there it is, PTR to lock it in, 18-16. And for GODSENT now, they're either hinging on a double overtime victory. First, they've got to get there.
And look at PTR on the camera, Harry.
Harry.
Churchillian giving the speech that we will never surrender.
He's saying one
Got
more.
to love it.
it looked like Dumao was just about to stop the plant as well. PTR was in the open, he had to stick it. If Dumao hits that 1 bullet on the bomb plant, he wins the round, but Alter swings in.
Super unlucky again,
PTR.
right?
Yeah.
Dumao there was getting ready to scope on the other guy, and Alter just peeks at the perfect moment to deny him that kill, so...
Massive
these are the
3k for
margins.
Alter.
Oh, yeah, huge. Especially considering, let's be real, not had a great tournament so far.
No.
Desperately needed this for his confidence.
Match point, ladies and gents. Been here before, and we go again. Jonji's up in the window. We haven't seen much window boosting in this map. That could be very profitable right now. It's not being even considered nor held by Dumao. He's just forgetting about it. So will that come back to bite him? Alter with the opening kill onto Phelps and Con. It's like regulation all over again. And I'm still waiting for Jonji to activate. He's so patient here, but he doesn't need to be.
Dumao has done something huge
Oh,
as well.
he
He
whipped
pushed
that.
through the con smoke. And, Alter with the turn. Taco will trade it out at least, and now he occupies this short side. Jonji is still waiting in window, and he cuts down the rotation. It's left on to Taco, a clutch, a 1v3. This B bomb site used to be Cold Zera's playground. We've seen clutches out of him here. Taco can't make it happen, and Bad News Bears put an end to their RMR journey.
Wow.
The Bears continue. They rise above it. They're looking good. They lock in the victory, 2-1, and they're on to that next phase. It's a triumph for the Good News Bears. GODSENT back to the drawing board.